Bonjour, everybody. Welcome to ED Square, and I apologize in advance for telling you everything in English. So my French is still not perfect yet, so I still keep practicing. Anyways, I'm glad to welcome you here at ED Square. This is an amazing opportunity. So honestly, I'm not sure if everybody knew studio is here, but this is actually a highly secret studio, and most employees' families have never been inside this building. So today you guys have a very special opportunity to see this place. In addition, I'll explain these products later, but the green car and the dark purple car, these are two show cars that this company made for very huge international auto shows. I invite you after the presentation to look at them up close. You can touch them, but please do not put any pressure on them. That model is actually clay. So underneath that paint is a very expensive model made out of clay. And obviously we did not design the red 2000 GT. That came from the year 1968, so before I was born. Anyways, a little bit about ED Square. So what is ED Square? ED Square actually stands for Toyota Europe Design and Development. Oh, interesting. And as part of our global design network, we're here to provide inspiring, unique, challenging, provocative ideas for our main client, Toyota Motor Corporation. We do design for Toyota and Lexus design, and we do it from a European perspective. That's the main reason that Toyota put a design studio here. And our signature location away from headquarters, our small size, and our ability to react quickly provides a really great idea for the company, and it provides a strong design voice that's different from headquarters. So they're really looking to have a different opinion from what they hear and see every day. So this is our global design network. So Toyota, Lexus have design studios all over the world. And we have some in Japan, Australia, South America, North America, China, and of course here. So we're a key part of the global network. But we actually started in Brussels. So ED Square used to be called EPOC, E-P-O-C. And it was started in Brussels in 1989. And we were there to capture European market and needs. And in addition, this is actually where Toyota Motors Europe headquarters is. So it was right down the road from the Toyota European headquarters. It says 2001, but truthfully it's 2000. So in 2000, ED Square was moved here to Sophia, Antipolis, in a bold step to ensure creativity and an independent spirit. So next year is our 20th anniversary. So hopefully we're going to plan some party. Everybody's invited. Why here? Well, you're all here. I think you know the reason. This presentation is also given to people around the world, and they get jealous when they see this slide. But why are we here? Well, mild climate, active lifestyle, beautiful sunlight. Beautiful sunlight's important because we look at these vehicles outside. And you need to be able to do it almost all year round. Obviously, last week wasn't so great. And it's the same reason Matisse, Van Gogh, Picasso, Chagall, it's why they were all here. Also, easy access to Europe, Russia, Middle East, Africa. We don't just focus on Europe. We do research for Africa. We do vehicles for the Middle East. We do research in vehicles for Russia. We do this whole region. Of course, we're close to European motorsports, the European design community, and our vendors, but not just Italy, but as we'll talk about after me, this great company right down the street from us called L2C and Factory Unit. So it was also a chance to build an ideal studio from the ground up. So this building was designed and built from scratch. So it wasn't existing. They built this studio from the ground up, which is very unique in our organization. But in 2016, we re-established a design studio in Brussels to handle production design. So advanced design and production design is actually quite different. Advanced design is research 5 years out, 10 years out, sometimes 20 years out. Production design is making this thing real, providing factory tooling data, but also minor change activity, badging activity, things like that. So fun facts about ED Square. We have 39 team members. So in this gigantic building, there's 39 people working here. So we have 40,000 square meters of land, a 6,000 square meter building, 94 computers, hundreds of pencils still. We have 124 model cars floating around the studio, and we have one pétanque court. So I learned all about pétanque in my time here. I call it lawn bowling, but pétanque. And our annual budget runs about 18 million euros. So what do we do here? For Lexus and Toyota, it's the same company, we do research, advanced design, conceptual design, advanced production study. Color, material, and finish, production design support, which is like a wheel design, badging for special edition models, fabric, and more increasingly, future business models. So the design staff here at ED Square is, we're actually tasked to come up with future business plan ideas for Toyota Motor Corporation. And we're the perfect environment for creativity. You won't be able to see it today, my apologies, but this is a photo of our clay design studio. So through those doors and down the freight elevator is this beautiful clay studio where we can develop 3 full-size automobiles at the same time. And of course, we do research for new trends, inspiration, and possibilities. So mobility, racing, and this is a photo of our research trip to Africa. And we do ideation. So ideation's another word for creating new ideas and sketching. So we do it by sketching 3D sketch, VR sketch. There are no rules how to create at ED Square. We do 2D, we do 3D. Increasingly, we do it in virtual reality, and we mix them up often. And we do a lot of 3D and VR digital creation, rapid design prototype making. Because of our small size, we had to reinvent the design process for Toyota. So a lot of the virtual reality digital design process is developed here, are actually shared with the headquarters in Japan. And that's a big success for this building. But we still do 3D sculpting by hand. So handcraft and the actual shape is still important because reviewing and touching the real thing matters. It's very key. We do in-house milling. We have a huge milling machine. We have a great, actually a gigantic 3D printing machine. So all the models in the new lobby that you saw, those were all 3D printed in-house. And we do painting. And we do trend-setting color, material, and finish. We do it for advanced models, we do it for concept models, and we do it for production models as well. And the importance of design. Well, design is now the main differentiator between brands, especially in the automotive industry. We're well known for quality. You buy a Toyota, it'll last you almost your entire life. But as other automakers' quality goes up, design becomes the main differentiator. And that's great for us, actually. And this is our president, Akio Toyoda. The guy's name is actually Toyota. And he made a commitment to bold and captivating design. So he really challenged all teams, not just design, but marketing, product planning, the research groups, engineers, and manufacturing to work together to make the same goal, which is to keep the designer's intention intact. So these are 3 examples of 3 cars that are newish to our lineup. And you can see the relationship from the first model or sketch to the final product. So Lexus LC Coupe, the CHR, and right here the UX concept to UX production. In addition, we're heading towards the future of mobility. Akio Toyoda has challenged that Toyota become a mobility company because he knows the automotive landscape is changing within the next 100 years. So our challenge is to transition from a traditional car company to the future of mobility. This is the black car is the e-Palette that was debuted at CES a few years back. That was designed here at ED Square. And our contribution to cars, well, we've been producing designs since our very beginning. There's actually too many to list, but maybe the most famous is the original Toyota Yaris, which was the first Yaris, and it won the Car of the Year in 1999. And it was amazing for not only a Toyota product, but for a vehicle designed in France. We also did the recent Yaris, the Toyota IQ, the CHR interior, and much more. And as I mentioned, we do a lot of concept cars. So the CHR concept, E-Palette, and these vehicles sitting here. And most recently, this is a copy model, but we did the car for the 2019 Tokyo Motor Show. It was the Lexus LF30 Electrified. And right down the hall in the Toyota booth was a giant mobility display. And actually, it wasn't publicized, but ED Square, this studio, did 6 of all those vehicles on display. And actually, Alan made, I think, half of those, if not more. And so for this year's Tokyo Motor Show, this studio in the south of France had a gigantic impact on the Tokyo Motor Show. So my story, so you're probably wondering, why is there an American guy running the studio in the south of France? Me too. But I've been president of ED Square since January of 2018. I actually came from the North American design studio. It's called Calti. And I've worked for Toyota for 22 years. And I lived in California. I did 2 years in Japan. And I was transferred here. I've loved cars since birth. That's me and my uncle's race car. And I've been drawing cars since I was 6 years old. That's a drawing I did when I was 6 at the then new 1983 Corvette. And art is in the family. Cars are in the family. Somebody told me this makes perfect sense why you ended up doing this job. So my dad's a toy designer. My mother's a painter. My grandparents and my family were racing cars. We were car crazy, born in New York. I'm from Southern California, and I taught a design school called Art Center College of Design in Pasadena. If you're ever in Pasadena, I recommend you visit it. It's free and it's beautiful. And again, I've been at this company for 22 years. It's been a fantastic career. It's always changing. These are some of the vehicles I've designed for this company. And right now, ED Square is the best part of my career. So why is that? We have a really great bond. So ED Square team members have a strong team bond. We're almost like a family. And creativity and passion unite us. This is everybody who works at this company. This is our dream job. I've been wanting to do this job since I was 6. So it's kind of a sickness, actually. But here I am. And so we have a small team, but we make a big impact in the company. So this is us with the actual show card recently. So maybe I want to show you how a concept car is made. Maybe you're interested in actually how we go through this process. And this is the very short version. From start to finish, it was about 15, 16 months. Oops. Okay. So that's the car. So obviously we start with sketching. So whether it's by hand or by digital or by 3D sculpting. So with this car actually started with a philosophy model made by 3D Sculpture. These are some of the exterior sketches, and you can see how the themes on these sketches make their way into the final car eventually. So this is one of our team members, Carl. He's the interior designer for this car. This is him sketching the interior. This is a sketch he did on the left. Top left page is the original exterior sketch, the key sketch for this car. So what's really cool, you look at the drawing and look at the final product, and you can see the direct connection. Then we make a model. So we combine the digital, clay, virtual reality experience into one process. So we move between making data, reviewing it in virtual reality space, milling it out in clay, changing it, scanning the clay, bringing it back into data, re-experiencing it in VR, maybe printing out a foam model, and it's this cycle process over and over again. And the reason we use clay is because it's changeable. You can add and subtract. The clay goes on hot. It goes on about 45 degrees Celsius. It's melted. It dries hard. you can cut it, you can carve it, you can shape it. We do model in VR, we have virtual reality reviews, we have digital reviews. We review a lot of talking. Here's me checking things. And then we make it real. So Alan will present a little bit more, but this is the actual production process down the road at his business. And you can see it's actually it's an intricate process. And it's actually pretty amazing to turn a dream into reality. And then finally it's finished for Tokyo, and hopefully we get good reviews. This car was probably about 90% positive, 10% negative. But the review on the bottom right-hand side really made us feel good. And with that, I'd like to show you the movie that we helped make for the Tokyo Motor Show that debuted when the car was launched. So can we roll the movie? A lot of people at this building worked very hard to make that happen. I'm like a DJ now. But I'm really proud every time I see that movie because, again, a small team in this building did a show car for the home country auto show where the goal was to increase attendance by 70%. So it's really great that a team of size could have such an impact for that main company. And I was excited to share that with you today. So with that, I'm going to move slightly over and give the spotlight to Alan, who's going to talk about actually making sketches into reality. So Alan, please.